yesterday in a game in the Bahamas, UConn played for 567 people. USC have had games at home in Los Angeles, in LA. They have had games with 3,000 of their 10,000 seater stadium. I've said this before. Caitlin Clark can go literally anywhere and she would fill it up. Like, if Caitlin Clark played a game in Ireland, let's say she went to the big arena in Belfast.
Hold on to your seats. Legendary coach Geno Auriemma is furious, and this time, it's not about the game. Despite Paige Bueckers' undeniable star power at UConn, fans just aren't turning out like they did for Caitlin Clark in college. So what's happening? Is the hype beginning to fade, or is something much bigger going on behind the scenes?
Being senile setting in for this man? Because he doesn't remember what he said a few months ago about Caitlin Clark.
Basically, Geno Auriemma, the legendary coach of the UConn Huskies, has built his career on developing generational talent and transforming players into true legends. So when he talks about his star guard Paige Bueckers, he's not just giving praise. He's making a statement about her place in basketball history.
You've seen from Paige this time around in terms of her drive and her motivation to kind of get back to where she was her freshman year at the kind of the top of the pedestal there?
In some ways, Paige is had a much better year this year than she did her freshman year. Freshman year, she was new and exciting, and everybody was all hopped up about the legend of Paige Bueckers. You know, when she came in, I remember I told her she was famous for being famous. She hadn't played any games, she hadn't done anything, and she was famous. I couldn't understand why.
Yet, as Bueckers dazzles on the court following her highly anticipated return from injury, Geno Auriemma can't help but notice a striking disparity. Where are the fans? Why isn't she receiving the same overwhelming support that Caitlin Clark commands?
She's already getting a shoe deal. Meanwhile, Adria Wilson has a laundry list of accomplishments that includes 2 MVP awards, and 2 national championships for the Aces. Or I should say world championships. They call it world championships in the pros. So I'm a little bit confused as to...
Well, Auriemma's frustration is clear. He believes Bueckers is every bit as deserving of the fanfare that Caitlin Clark receives. After all, Paige has been a standout talent since her high school days, earning national recognition and becoming a cornerstone for UConn. But what Auriemma may be overlooking is the undeniable truth. Caitlin Clark isn't just a star. She's a once-in-a-lifetime phenomenon, and her impact on women's basketball has been seismic. There's no question that Paige Bueckers is an exceptional talent.
Paige is great. I think Paige is probably the leanest basketball player to ever grace our game. You look at her efficiency. She doesn't take bad shots.
Meanwhile, Bueckers' smooth handles, court vision, and clutch shooting have made her a household name in women's basketball. As a freshman, she became the first player in UConn history to win the AP Player of the Year award, an accolade that even legends like Diana Taurasi and Maya Moore never achieved. Bueckers is a player who commands respect, using her intelligence and skill to elevate everyone around her. However, her career has been plagued by injuries, causing her to miss significant time on the court. While her absence heightened anticipation for her return, it also gave other stars, most notably Caitlin Clark, the opportunity to take center stage and redefine the spotlight in women's basketball.
Paige Bueckers is probably the most universally liked person in sports. If you're into basketball, you know her as Paige Buckets. She was basically Caitlin Clark before Caitlin Clark. But if you don't know basketball, you've probably seen all of the edits of her talking about her aura, seen her at Fashion Week and stuff. But I think everyone needs to hear her story.
When you hear the name Caitlin Clark, you should know she's not just a star. She's a movement. From the moment she stepped onto the court at Iowa, she captivated audiences with her limitless shooting range, fiery passion, and ability to take over games single-handedly. What sets Clark apart isn't just her talent, but her knack for creating moments that transcend the sport. Her game appeals to both casual fans and diehard basketball enthusiasts, drawing comparisons to NBA superstars like Steph Curry. She represents a cultural shift in women's basketball, turning games into must-watch events. Just look at the turnout for her Iowa games.
41 points now, headed to the championship game. How locked in are you right now?
I'm locked in, but these group of girls, they give me all the confidence in the world. And I just felt really good coming into this game about this group. We had a belief that we could come in here and do this when nobody believed in us other than the people in our program. And that's all that matters. That's all you need. And you can go shock the world.
This isn't to say Bueckers doesn't deserve the spotlight. She absolutely does. But Clark's generational impact has set a new standard of fandom, one that thrives on spectacle and star power. For Geno Auriemma, the challenge lies in accepting that the world of women's basketball has changed and that the dynamics of what captivates fans have evolved. Even though Auriemma has long been celebrated for his sharp basketball mind and talent for developing players, this time, it seems he misjudged the situation. Early in the WNBA season, he was surprisingly critical of Clark, questioning whether her dominant college performances could translate to the professional stage. He suggested that the physicality and speed of the WNBA would challenge her, implying that her style, dominated by long-range shooting and high-risk, flashy moves, might not hold up against tougher competition. The WNBA is a whole different ballgame, Auriemma said in one interview. It's not the same as running around college defenders. She'll struggle to adapt.
How do you think Clark is handling this?
I think she's handling great. I think she talks a lot and she gets a lot of back. So she deserves everything she gets because she gives it as good as she gets it. She's just not built for the physicality of this league. Yeah, and she's not quick enough to get away from the physicality. So there's a lot of learning curve, like Diana said. And when she gets it, she has elite skills that are going to really help her.
But as the season unfolded, Clark didn't just adapt to the WNBA, she thrived, silencing her critics and proving Auriemma's assessment spectacularly wrong. In fact, her transition wasn't just impressive, it was electrifying. From the moment Caitlin Clark stepped onto a WNBA court, she shattered expectations. Her move from college to the professional ranks was seamless, and she wasted no time establishing herself as one of the league's most dynamic and exciting players. Clark's game not only held up against tougher competition, it seemed to elevate, proving she belongs at the very top of the sport.
Caitlin Clark, to some degree, is saving the WNBA. It is an incredibly harsh truth. This league was in some trouble. They weren't making money. They were downsizing arenas. Nobody's watching the final. And it has been totally subsidized. This is the Caitlin Clark effect.
Caitlin Clark hasn't just dominated on the court. She's redefined the WNBA. From record-breaking performances at Iowa to an electrifying rookie season, she silenced critics, including Geno Auriemma, proving her college dominance translated seamlessly to the pros. Her scoring, court vision, and clutch plays make her a must-watch star, while her fiery energy and cultural impact draw fans in droves. Meanwhile, Paige Bueckers continues to shine at UConn, but Clark's rise shows the WNBA and women's basketball have entered a new era, where star power and spectacle drive the spotlight.